Okay. Hi, Bigfoot. Hi, Jolly. I'm hoping we can finish this game tonight, but considering how long it's been taking and how much progress is still left on some of these AIs. Oh, I forgot to mute that. I don't see this being easily completed tonight. But I'm gonna try my best. Actually, let me turn that up a bit more because I forgot I turned it down a bit since I'd been recording. There we go. Sound should be a bit better now. Okay. So back into the lost stage we go. The Amethyst Gate. An anomaly is forming. However, while I can safely assume the reality-altering powers of Chimera are the prime cause of the paradox, I can't exactly determine what happened. The paradox is centered somewhere near the fields on the southwestern side of the city. I detect a malfunction in one of the gates, an anomaly similar to that we saw in the Bronze Eternity Gauntlet case, but much more intense. So the fields are down here. Okay, an anomaly with one of the gates. Is it this? Yes, Detective, that must be the malfunctioned Earth Gate, but our anomaly isn't the gate. Malfunctions happen, even in the Lost Age. Do you see that poor man down there? He seems desperate. In his suffering, he's pointing at the Earth Gate right in front of him. He's the anomaly my system is detecting. We have to go back in time a little and see what happened here. No, not that one. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So there's nothing around there. So where is he? Is he this one? There he is. He seems to be in good spirits, as does the cheerful woman who's with him. Now that I see them together, I can confirm I have their identity stored in my quick access database. They're Jonas and Havel. They never did anything remarkable in their lives, except for the time when one of their goats won a beauty pageant. That contest was recorded on a stone slate, which is why I have them in my database. A beauty pageant for goats. If I had a physical form, I'd shiver at the thought. Like most humans, they lived peaceful, trivial lives until... Oh, this is interesting. Until Havel suddenly disappeared without leaving a trace. We found Jonas alone, pointing toward the Earth Gate. Maybe something happened to Havel during the teleportation? Let's find out. Data extraction subroutine loaded correctly. Oh, those are some interesting symbols. No. Jeez. That one was there. That one there. That one there. You were there. You were that one. And you were that one. Okay. The gate frequency is redundant. It forms a loop. From what little I know of such devices, this isn't how they're supposed to work. What is happening with this specific Earth Gate? Let's track its energy and see what would have happened to someone who passed through it. As I suspected, the Earthgate is unstable. We have our first puzzle piece. This is the day Havel disappeared. She has tried to get through the gate, getting lost in a pocket dimension and reduced to simple energy. I'm afraid she'll never be able to come back. She's dead. Or she's just gone. How can something like this come to be? Highly technological devices such as the Earthgates are undoubtedly prone to complex functional mishaps. But such an advanced society surely had some failsafe to avoid accidents. Moreover, while Havel's disappearance is clearly linked to the anomaly we're trying to fix, it isn't our paradox. Something else must have occurred. Jonas is the only lead we have. Let's find him. Okay. Where did he go? Let's see. There he is. Look at him. That's not the face of a heartless, ill-intentioned bad guy. I would even say he seems pretty innocent. Although, I know very well that looks can be deceiving. He's simply mourning. His grief appears to be authentic. I wonder who the woman next to him is. I have no idea who she might be. There's no record of her existence in my sources. Let's find out, shall we? Database match subroutine loaded correctly. Database report. Her name is Kane. She's Havel's sister. According to the record, she was accused of theft, but the details aren't present in the archive. It seems our case isn't related to theft. I suggest that we focus on Jonas and keep moving forward. Okay, where did he go? Not them. Okay, that's not the kind of headgear he was wearing. No. Don't think he'd end up over at the temple. Or the pyramid, or whatever this is. Not at the fields. Are they floating? They are floating. What the heck? Not up here. Not there. Pretty certain this isn't him. Yeah. Why are there so many spiders and stuff there? Or is it because it's a tomb? Or a coffin, I guess I should say. Wait, I have this. Okay, that didn't do me any good. Wait, I see him. There. Oh. Well, that's strange. Detective, despite the amount of data I have regarding human behavior, I can't figure out the scene we're watching. According to my database, such behavior matches the ethological function of a mating ritual of some genus in the Phasionidae family of birds. I have no clue how that's pronounced, and I am so sorry if I butchered it. More precisely, a peacock spreads its tail in what is referred to as a wheel. I see no birds worth noting in the area, and to me, the whole situation makes no sense. Why would your species mimic the behavior of other warm-blooded tetrapods with no connection to... What? You're joking, right? Well, that surpasses everything I thought I knew about your kind. Not that I don't trust your counsel, but do you mind if we check this matter with a more, well, scientific approach? Universal biochemical analysis subroutine loaded correctly. Analysis report. There's no doubt. Those biochemical markers are unmistakable. Kane isn't sad at all. From her brain chemistry in this tick, I'd say she is quite, well, happy and, in love? This doesn't make sense to me. Feelings are a subject I still have to explore a little further. They are complex and often apparently unrelated to the goal your kind wants to achieve. Well, you're right. Many animal species show even more worrisome tendencies, but are you suggesting that humankind is related to the mantises? I can assure you that the two DNA structures have many differences. Not only does your species have a bone structure to support and protect its organs, but the body's outer surface is keratin and... Oh, you meant figuratively. Of course. You're too smart to ignore such basic biological knowledge. It was a metaphor, right? I got it. I got it. Can humankind really be so ruthless? Let's reconstruct Kane's day and follow her till we find out whether she's involved. Jolly, no, don't teach the AI those things. Don't teach Eve those things. Okay, now I need to find where this bird was initially. So 10, 9, 8, 7. So okay, there is Jonas right there. It's not gonna let me select him. Is this supposed to be a Naruto reference? Is that what this is? That's definitely a Naruto reference. Look, it's natural. Instead, let's teach them and make them make fun of people who ask for... No, Jolly, let's not. Teach the AI fun things. We can teach the AI child-friendly fun things. There they are. Kane is walking away, but she's looking behind her. She looks annoyed and upset. I don't even need to run any test because her body language is pretty explicit. Could that be the famous jealousy I see on her face? Kane's eyes may or may not be green, but the monster is clearly recognizable. Clearly she's looking at something. Try to identify it. There. Oh. Jonas and Havel. So, envy and love made Kane forget any trace of sisterly attachment. But was she so far beyond to push her own kin to an unfortunate fate? We need answers in order to solve the case. It's child-friendly, you just need to give kids real expectations of life instead of making someone think cooties... To be fair, cooties is real, mainly because cooties technically refers to head lice. So... That was the initial reason for that coming about, is because they used to say someone had cooties in reference to someone having head lice. Hi, Vanilla. And to satisfy my anthropological curiosity, also, no, I'm not nosy. I don't know how the term soap opera would apply to this situation. But let's be honest here. I know you too share a bit of my interest in this unexpected love triangle. You had... Oh no! Geometry might very well not be a crime, but... Or geometry. Geometry. Good grief. It's one of those days. Fine, fine. I sense you rolling your eyes in a typical human display of exasperation. Hint taken. Let's move forward. Okay, Havel's here. Jonas is here. Where did... Oh. Every day? Fair. Absolutely fair. She's there, near the Earth Gate, in front of a small, tiny sign. That must be the fail-safe this advanced society put in place to avoid incidents with unstable Earth gates, as we discussed before. Anyone could have removed it, endangering every citizen who inadvertently decided to walk through the gate. Anyone, including Kane. But let's move forward and see for ourselves. Ooh, I can't wait to see how this unfolds. The anomaly, of course, but not the soap opera. See, Jolly, you're teaching the AI bad things already. Yeah, that is absolutely a Naruto reference that I didn't notice before. Unless they weren't in the last couple times I've been here. It will not better humanity for the AI to learn about soap operas. Okay, Jonas is still there. Havel's there. There's Aladdin and Abu. Where did Kane go? I don't know why I keep coming to check the pyramid area. She's not going to be over here. No. Find Kane and discover the last piece of the investigation. No shit. I really cannot figure out where she's gone. Kane is on the roof of a tower. Oh. Yeah, I really didn't see you. So this is our paradox. Can you see reality blurring around the brazier? It wasn't supposed to be there. Chimera must have teleported it from another point in space. Kane did what she did, driven only by jealousy and love without external intervention. Chimera was devious this time. She allowed Kane to burn the evidence before any guard could spot her, thus damaging the timeline. Luckily, we have caught Kane in the very act of burning the sign, a property of the Pharaoh, breaking the law. I can alert the guards and they'll arrest her. Well, Detective, good job. We've solved the paradox, and the anomaly will soon stabilize itself. We also experienced, almost, a real soap opera, complete with a love triangle. Unexpected! Still, I can't help but wonder, are we forced to see such things happen again and again throughout your history? Is there no way of avoiding it? Well, I guess that isn't our job. We should focus on preserving the true timeline. Probably. At least we got data on Chimera, and we can start looking for her confluence point. Let's go back to the mainframe. Detective, I detect an interference in an era we have not yet had a chance to visit. I sense you are excited, but let's not be swayed by enthusiasm. The Aeon Age is a delicate period when humanity yearns for an awakening of consciousness after rediscovering the knowledge of past eras. An age of conflict, inequality, and technological marvels. Come on, there's a lot to discover. Just like that, my sensors are alerted of a new danger threatening this specific time period. 2099. There's no rest for the wicked, as they say. The energy signature almost feels like that of Oblivion. Should we investigate, Detective? That was a rhetorical question. Of course we're going to intervene. The blue electric sheep. Can you feel the thrill of excitement? It's always like this when it comes to a new era. Hurry, Detective. Let's see what's going on among the neon lights, big corporations, and hackers. injection. Are you still there? Good. We don't have much time. Soon I'll have to stop info dumping and ask you to get to work. But I guess you've understood, thanks to what I'm revealing to you, that I am an ally. I'm certainly not an adversary. Why has my interface been so wobbly lately? I understand from my data that we're dealing with murder. According to my scanners, the crime took place near a drainage ditch in Lowtown. I know this isn't a pleasant invitation, but let's go examine the sewer, or as they call it in this era, the flow area. Oh, this is interesting. What are you doing down there? Oh. Oh. Do you see what I see, Detective? Out of the jaws of that big crocodile come legs. I can infer that the rest of the body is inside the digestive canal of the poor clogged loricate. Well, Detective, now that we have a victim, all that remains is to find out what caused their sad end. Universal biochemical analysis subroutine successfully loaded. Oh geez, they've added much more. There we go. Great. I can provide not one, but two answers. The victim's name is Deckard Scott, and he's, or was in this case, an investigator. Kind of like you. From the data I've extracted from the analysis, I can say that the crocodile is to be excluded from the list of suspects. Deckard was already lifeless when the good reptile overestimated the capacity of his stomach and tried to eat him. Detective, Deckard can't die like this. It's too soon. In the future, a child that's not even in his thoughts yet will come from Deckard's happy marriage. A child that will grow into one of the leaders of the revolts that will change the fate of humankind forever. Nevertheless, we need to find his personal items in order to see if he had a mission. Then we can unravel the details of his death. Among the garbage, I managed to identify two items, Deckard's badge, and what looks like, for all intents and purposes, like a memory shard. It's sure to contain vital information about Deckard. The data inside the shard is encrypted. Are we going to let this stop us from finding what they are? Of frickin' course not. Jolly stop corrupting the AI. My decryption tool will come in handy. Universal decryption subroutine loaded successfully. One, two, two. Okay. Okay. Deckard was hunting a runaway thief whose ID code is 220918. Her true name is Nina, though. The culprit must have gotten rid of the other 2 files, which we need to solve the case. However, we can't simply launch into the search because excessive access would alert the detective agency Deckard works for. We take advantage of several time ticks to find them inconspicuously. The second memory shard is somewhere in the southern part of the city. I'm not even zooming in. I am just taking everything out. That waste bin is full of surprises. Not only did we find the memory shard we were looking for, but that's undoubtedly Deckard's hat. What does this tell us? No, not that Deckard had a fondness for poor quality headgear. In any case, we have definite confirmation that we're on the right track. Again, we're dealing with encrypted information. Universal decryption subroutine loaded successfully. Nope, not that one. Da da da. No. Da 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 da. Wait. Da 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 da. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Interesting. In this shard, we found a description of our wanted thief, Nina. And particularly, 4 characteristics seem to make her stand out in a crowd. She's a female, but what we need to look out for is that she has short hair, pointy ears with black tips, a cybernetic leg implant, and a tattoo on her shoulder. The case is getting more and more intriguing. According to my scanner, the last shard should be in the Ramen district. I'm going to assume the Ramen district is this one up here. So many surprises in garbage barrels. One would expect to find empty cans and banana peels in there, but instead here it is. Not only is there the 3rd memory shard, but there's also what seems to me to be Deckard's signature weapon. My decryption tool is ready. I can't wait to see what information the shard has in store for us. Universal decryption subroutine loaded successfully. Okay, 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, 5. No. Let's see. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5. No. one's not gonna work. No. Jeez, these are getting harder and harder. Perfect. In this last shard, we've discovered a crucial detail. The place where Nina works. It's the Blue Electric Sheep. A nightclub. Time to pay a social call. No, not there. This one? Do you see it, Detective? Based on what we found out by decrypting the second memory shard, it looks like her. The physical appearance matches. It's better to play it safe, though. Let's confirm her identity. Database match subroutine loaded successfully. No, wrong button. Okay. There we go. It's her, Detective. But curb your handcuffs. I know you're eager to arrest her, but now I have access to her complete file, and we can't. For the space-time continuum to remain unchanged, Nina must survive and remain free. Oh, but wait until you hear what else I have to say. Nina and Deckard are destined to meet. And remember the child I told you about? Guess who their parents will be? Now do you see why we have to save Deckard and keep Nina out of jail? We have to go back in time and stop Nina before she kills Deckard. Okay, let's see. Scrapyard. We're in tick 6. We found Memory Shard and Deckard in tick 7. There she is. Tick 5. Where did she come from? Okay, she was up over this way. So if this was tick 6, she was coming from up here. Is that one Deckard? There she is. Nina must have killed him right after this quarrel in order to avoid being caught and going back to prison. Bad news. We don't have a useful tick to intervene on Nina. We can't stop her directly. Good news. Maybe there's no need to. We could try to follow Deckard until we find a way to keep him from confronting Nina. Okay, send us all the way back to tick 1. He confronted her up this way. So... Ah. Gee, we're dealing with that rascal Oblivion again. It seems that Deckard is talking to a colleague, another investigator, who just happens to be handing Deckard the device for recognizing criminals. Inside are the 3 memory shards we found earlier, with Nina's information. But the unknown detective is actually Oblivion. I think we've pinpointed the instant when the timeline was tampered with. We must find Deckard and put a plan into action to prevent him from attempting Nina's arrest. His life, his marital future, and, well, the entire timeline will depend on it. Okay, Nina's there. And he's here. There he is, near the Blue Electric Sheep, the club where Nina works. He's standing next to a food vending machine. Maybe I have an idea. We can hack the vending machine so that it will emit a small discharge and electrocute Deckard in a non-deadly manner and knock him out. This way we'll short-circuit the device with the memory shards, and Deckard will have no way to recognize Nina as the thief she is. Temporal link subroutine loaded successfully. Duh. Done. Now, let's move forward in time to see if our plan worked. Oh, would you look at that? Not only is Deckard in perfect health, but he's in the company of Nina, and something already seems to be blossoming between the two. I'd say we can pat ourselves on the back, Detective. We did it again. Where were we? At the dawn of the information age. I can almost see you, furrowing your brow and wrinkling your nose. You always do that when you're deep in concentration. The 3 parties in the game, Crimson Vow, Eye of Ra, and New Dawn, are still at work. The first 2 are in the palaces of the people who matter, and the third is recruiting activists among petty criminals and hackers. So, a hacker, a member of New Dawn, will reveal to the world of the existence of the 2 ancient organizations. Guess what? This caused a lot of trouble, including the fall of the information age. Good job, Detective. We prevented the untimely end of an innocent man, preserved a future happy marriage, and perhaps gave a criminal a chance to redeem herself and return to an honest life. I almost want to linger a little longer to see if and when Nina reveals her past to Deckard, but I really think she will. Unfortunately, however, we don't have the luxury of gossip. There's still a lot of work to do. One more success for our mighty duo. Detective, although I'm left with the curiosity of finding out what happened to our protagonists, I almost feel like I'm more tuned into your human emotions. Funny, isn't it? To some, it's weakness, but to me, it's knowledge. Anomaly detected. I was so lost in thought, or whatever definition could apply to something not organic like me, that I wasn't expecting that. A ripple in time is disrupting the quiet daily life of Atlantis. A new case requires our intervention. Something is happening in the Lost City. So to prevent any damage to the true timeline, we should buckle up and find out what's going on. And here we are, ready to save the day. Pun entirely intended. We need to find the crime in the main plaza near the city gates. A guardian is in trouble. This will be interesting. Let's go and find out. Plaza gates would be... a headless guardian. Being headless is usually an undesirable condition for sentient beings. Besides, shoulders and necks look sort of unfinished without the piece de resistance surmounting them. Fortunately, the situation isn't as gory as you might think. Guardians don't die when they're beheaded. We can bring the victim back to full functionality. It won't be that hard. All we need to do is recover his head, and he'll be back on his feet in no time. Oh, I remember seeing this at some point, and I don't remember where. Okay, he's here. There he is. Another guardian has the head and is taking it away. Again, I'm sort of glad no crimson body fluids are involved. Still, the whole situation strikes me as weird. Guardians are supposed to cooperate with each other and not subtract body parts to scuttle away and perhaps hide them somewhere. As you probably know by now, we can't retrieve the head as long as the Guardian is holding it. But since his crime goes against the code of conduct of their order, we can bring him to justice, have him arrested, and proceed with our quest. Obfuscated data inoculation subroutine loaded correctly. That should work. We're interfacing with the leader of the Guardians, the big boss, the one tasked with keeping his friends in line. But wait. Oh, how unexpected. Our plan is crashing. Why, you ask? Well, apparently the culprit, the head-carrying, sketching-looking fellow, is Anziel, the leader of the Guardians. We can't expect that he'll go out on a limb to arrest himself. I'm not even sure one could do that. We just have to follow Anziel, the leader of the Guardians, and recover the head when he puts it down. I mean, he can't carry it forever, right? Is that a... I don't think I've even watched this movie, but what's it called? Luca? A Luca reference? There he is. Oh no! He's destroying the head! That's a pretty extreme measure. And yes, I have a name for our unfortunate victim. He's Gore. Something is wrong here. No, not just the in-progress beheading, although I must admit it's not something you see every day. Unheard of. Guardians are supposed to be neutral entities, the representation of order. Instead, Anziel is venting his destructive fury on Gore. We can't allow it. Let's go back in time and follow Anziel so that we can understand why his behavior is so puzzling. Where did he wander up from in the first place? Is that him? Oh, but wait. Someone has tampered with reality. This conclusion has Chimera's fingerprints all over it. Do you see the distortion? What a peculiar scene. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like Anziel and Gore are proposing to another guardian, and yes, I have her name. She's Dahlia. The pose, the gifts, everything points in that direction. But due to Chimera's intervention, Anziel gave her some garbage. Detective, I'm no expert in courting rituals, but I can imagine Dahlia's reaction. This outcome wasn't what Anziel had in mind. He intended to offer Dahlia a gem. Now it's clear the resulting blind rampage that must have invaded Anziel's synthetic mind. Data extraction subroutine loaded successfully. To find what happened in Anziel's mind after Chimera made him everyone's laughingstock, we have to hack his neural system. We can safely assume that Anziel felt tricked and unjustly rejected by the one he loved. In his eyes, Gore unfairly stole Dahlia from him, and he's set on getting revenge on his despicable rival. Separating his head from his neck to him must have seemed like a sensible solution. I have an idea. I'll call it the Cupid strategy. Let's look for another guardian who can be perfect for Anziel, and will prevent him from committing the crime. If we discover what Anziel likes, maybe we'll find a guardian who's more suitable than Dahlia. Okay, so he was feeding a fish. There's Gore. There's Dahlia. Where is he gone? Let's investigate Anziel's taste. Where'd he go? Is passionate about physical exercise. So was he up here? Okay, Giddy's passionate about exercise, but where the heck did he go? There he is. Now that we know Anziel's tastes, only one element is missing, his primordial form. Under the helmet, the head of each guardian has a peculiar shape. Compatibility between guardians lies in such shapes. If their heads share the same structure, they can form a bond. Okay, that's not Anziel. No, that is Anziel. By removing... Oh, okay. I know what I need to do. Here's the primordial form of Anziel. At this point, we just have to find a guardian with the same tastes and primordial shape. You know, Detective, mating and courting among humans would be so much easier if they shared the guardian's methodical approach to romance. Minus the beheading, of course. I don't know, there's already been a lot of beheading in human romance. No, not them? Okay. Hmm. There we go. No? Oh, okay. I had to do that first. Got it. Bingo. We found a perfect match for Anziel. Her name is Gadriel. I guess she's pretty for a sentient mineral life form. What do you think, Detective? Oh, what a gentleman. I'm sure there's more to her than her supposedly good looks, so you're probably right. Again, Cupid shoots his heart-shaped arrow, but this time it will be in the form of sophisticated hacking routing. We're going to breach Gadriel's mind and input a memory of her love for Anziel. They'll be happy after our secret intervention. Just wait and see. Temporal link subroutine loaded correctly. Okay. There we go. Done. Now we just have to move forward in time and be sure that our plan works. Okay. So they're fine. There they are. As planned, Anziel and Gadriel are now together, and we've managed to prevent the events that led Anziel to commit his crime. Let's bask in our success. True love triumphed. Conditions may apply. I doubt Chimera has given up on her devious plans, but for now we've succeeded. Good job, Detective. However, we've seen how Chimera exploited a citizen's feeling of envy. She may do it again in the future, and next time we may not be so lucky to find a solution. We have to prevent this from happening. To do so, we need to introduce the crime of envy. That way, no rogue AI will be able to exploit this feeling a second time for its plans. Let's give those pesky AIs a hard time and rewrite the melody of this fragment. La, sol, la, re, la, sol, la. Sol. La. Mi. No, that's fa. What are you? Si. Do. Fa. Re. Mi. Okay, that one. La. Sol. La. Mi. La. Sol. Oh, that was supposed to be fa. I messed up. There we go. Excellent. Now Atlantis knows envy, and it's equipped to recognize and denounce such behaviors to the Guardians. Detective, we can virtually toast to one more solved case. It's oddly satisfying to see a positive resolution to our cases, Detective. Even more so because we successfully brought two souls together despite Chimera's wicked intentions. Who would have thought rocks could fall in love? Well, not me. And not just because I'm not equipped to fully grasp the idea of love. The more we cooperate, the idea of it gets increasingly dangerous and intriguing. We can't rest on our laurels, though. A new interference is being reported to me by my scanners. We must return to the Lost Age. It's always amazing me how such a period of history has been ingrained in the collective imagination of your species, Detective. I understand the allure of pyramids, deserts, and travel through the fabric of time and space, but all that sand and heat must not be pleasant for you organisms. What do you mean? Do you sometimes purposely go for such scenarios? For recreation? Honestly, you're bizarre creatures. Sit tight, detective. We're stabilizing the true timeline, and our skills are absolutely relevant. I managed to distract her for a few moments, but I don't have much time. I know you didn't betray me. Otherwise, she would have found out, and we wouldn't be talking here. That's good. There's still a lot to be said. Thank you for your trust. I know you'll understand how valuable it is. My, oh my, apparently an object was misplaced in the area surrounding the Great Pyramid. And by misplaced, I mean that someone grabbed and removed something they had no right over, which, in more technical terms, is a theft. No doubt to require our intervention, such an object must be of the utmost importance. Now, detective, your eyes must be sharp and your wits ready, for we need to look for clues. Said from the pyramid it was stolen, so... Find the theft committed near the pyramid. Crime scene is inside the pyramid. Oh, I have to use this. Okay. Someone broke into the pyramid safe. I think it's pretty evident, right? And what's missing? I'm glad you asked. Our mysterious thief has stolen the pyramid's blueprints from the safe. It's risky and dangerous, for such blueprints are a masterpiece of engineering and architecture. But look, no sleight of hand was performed. The safe has been melted, apparently by some form of condensed energy. We need to discover what caused such devastation. Energy analysis subroutine loaded correctly. Hi, buddy. Hello. What you doing? Kitty. Hi. Yeah. You look like you're ready for a nap. You do. You look like you're ready for a nap. Is it nap time? Hmm? Is it nap time? Hi. Hi, buddy. Okay. Good news. We have our answer. Bad news. Such an outburst of energy couldn't be caused by any common tool. The Sacred Stone of Power was involved. We've already encountered the Sacred Stones in the Bronze Eternity Gauntlet case, remember? It's an old acquaintance of ours, then. Let's try to track the energy and find who managed to get their hands on such a powerful, dangerous energy source. Sprite. Kitty, kitty. Ah, and the culprit is no ordinary thief. That's Arya, one of the city's most infamous and wanted thieves, a true pro. Her skills didn't disappoint, I'll give her that, although this works to our disadvantage. She disappeared before we could lay our hands on her. Speaking of hands, here's the reason. She's wearing the Eternity Gauntlet, and she's carrying the Sacred Stone of Space. This should be an interesting pursuit, Detective. Arya keeps jumping from point to point, and she's too quick to be caught. But we're not entirely helpless. The system can record some moments frozen in time, and we can try to catch her in such circumstances. Okay, so she looks like that. Okay. Where'd she go now? Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, Sprite. Oh. Yeah. Attacking my arm, are we? Come here. There you go. If you're gonna be a pest, at least lay down. Okay? Okay? No. We're not climbing on that. No, we're not. Okay, where'd she go? So that's not her. Sprite. Don't give me that look. Stop it. One. Arya's inside a tea shop. Oh. Fine. No need for statistical analyses. Clearly our strategy isn't working. How would you catch an opponent who's too fast for your abilities? A trap detective? You're an absolute genius. The Earth Gates are excellent energy sources, and we could detour such energy and harness it to create a Faraday cage for Arya to fall into. Then we'll find a way to intervene. The reality manipulator will let you turn on any still inactive gate. I'll leave that to you while I take care of the rest. Do it again. Oh, hold on. No. Give me a better picture. Follow me. Okay, I don't know why it shows that there. There's nothing that can be hit. Follow me. Follow. Pray. Follow. Okay, no, that's not it. Oh, is that it? Great job, Detective. You managed to activate all the needed energy fields. Watch and marvel. We're going to hack into the gates and turn them into an effective trap. Temporal link subroutine loaded successfully. Perfect. Now we know each gate's energy signature. All that's left to do is putting them in resonance. This will at once let us build our cage, and hopefully Arya will slip into it. She'll never see it coming. Everything is ready, and the trap is set. Keep running, Arya, if you wish, puny human. You don't stand a chance. Alright, I'll cut the bragging. But no, I definitely don't sound like a B-movie villain. I don't even have a signature evil laugh. Ah, I see. You were joking. You're a funny one, detective. Now sharpen your eyesight, detective. We must find Arya. Ah, gotcha. There she is. Now we can have her arrested. How does it feel to be stuck behind bars of sizzling energy, Arya? A partial victory, for many questions remain. How did Arya obtain the sacred stones? And again, why did she steal the pyramid blueprints? But above all, we don't know how the paradox was created. In the true timeline, Arya never stole the blueprints. So the investigation isn't over yet. I'm sure that in Arya's pockets, there will be some clues that will help us find answers. Upon her arrest, she was taken to the barracks. The guards removed her personal belongings and placed them in a chest around somewhere around there. Let's look for them. Okay, the barracks. A letter? Of all the trinkets that filled Arya's pockets, one stands out as relevant. A letter. I'm sure those lines will reveal some details we can use to solve our case. This hidden information is shielded behind the ancient language it was written in. Also, if I go quiet for a bit, I'm munching on ice while doing this. Where were we? Ah, yes. The end of the Information Age, the birth of the Aeon Age. A time when inequalities become even more pronounced and create fertile ground for the outbreak of another revolution. Crimson Vow and Eye of Ra from their ivory towers can't allow humanity to collapse into a black whirlpool of degradation. And so they choose to act. If only they had stopped to think. Universal Decryption subroutine loaded successfully. I knew it. Someone commissioned the theft to Arya. The mysterious instigator is Sen, a wealthy, jealous noble from the nearby city. He wanted to copy the majestic pyramid of the pharaoh and build one for his family too. Now there's just one missing piece. Let's follow Arya until we discover the moment when the sacred stones come into play. No, not that one. Oops. No, not that. Arya's having a secret conversation with a stranger. Okay, but where? Oh, there. There she is, talking with Sen. No doubt this is the moment when the two accomplices were plotting their deed and Sen commissioned the theft. Hmm. In front of a stall. Oh, I should have clicked on the glove, not her. Would you look at that? I knew something was off. Arya is shopping at a stall where knickknacks are sold, and the seller is oblivion, nonetheless. It took the seller's place and tampered with Arya's purchase. That's where she bought the gauntlet. And of course it was Oblivion's doing. At last, the answer to our remaining question. The case is closed, Detective, but I smell more trouble coming. Those rogue AIs are always lurking and looking for a way to catch us off guard. The two ancient organizations succeed in finding the sacred stones of Atlantis. As I said, fallen but not gone. And through their power, they realize a network of AIs. Yes, those very ones. The ones you had a chance to meet. The ones that Eve assimilates. Together they form the Oracle Protocol, whose purpose is to ferry humanity out of the dark whirlpool into which it has plunged. One noble goal. Peace. Well done, Detective. Once more we've preserved the true timeline. A small, apparently petty crime would have had tragic consequences, and our intervention solved the issue before it even arose. I wish I could tell you to take some time off and relax, but there's no rest for the wicked, and there's even less for those who pursue a greater good as we do. Stay sharp. We'll have more mysteries to solve soon. To say that various members of your species continue to insist that there's a band of aliens in the construction of the pyramids. If they only knew the secrets that are hidden by those colossal stones, the crimes that took place in the shadows of those immortal monuments, they'd probably short circuit. Alert. Alert. Color me alerted, Detective. If we don't hurry up and stabilize the true timeline, you won't get to enjoy a single moment of quiet. Or, my maker forbid, vacation. Consider this a short trip, if you wish, not just to a different place, but to a different time, back to the Aeon Age. Then, the scrambling of time and space bears the signature of someone we know all too well, but let's refrain from elucubrations and see firsthand what's going on. I can only hope that after one of these cases we'll fully grasp what those rogue AIs are up to. We have to protect the space-time continuum, and we must do so at any cost. I'm getting used to this, and it's not good, right? Hurry, Detective. The Aeon Age requests our intervention. An unexpected crime is altering the proper flow of the timeline. Come, Detective, we have to find out what's happening and where. No. Is it you? No? Okay. Oh, it's in Lowtown. Cybernetic Idol? Oh. How unfortunate. Again, we're dealing with murder. The victim's name is Amanda, and she is a poor resident of Lowtown. And judging from what we're looking at, she appears to have been crushed by the head of a cybernetic idol. A devout woman victimized by her own faith, or the misguided intentions of an evildoer. The second one, Detective. See how reality seems to be scattered through space and time? Avatar is involved. You know the drill. We have to act quickly. Time defrag subroutine loaded correctly. That pesky Avatar always distorting data with fractal matrices. I'm sorry, Detective, but as you know, to successfully track all the matrices and stop Avatar's misdeeds, I'll need to divert my processing power. I won't be able to interact with you, but I'm sure you'll know how to carry on the investigation on your own. No. Okay, you have to be there. There we go. Five matrices detected. Communication. Tomorrow. Or communication tower up. Communication tower. What's even supposed to be the communication tower? Let's see. Runners District? What is the Runners District? That's a D20. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Matrix is near the public broadcast antenna. Is it that? Or is it that? On a wall near a door. That's so fucking helpful. grief. One. Clouds? Cloud District. So that would be up. There. Two. Stinky? Blow? Three. I can fly. Pointy big fork. D. Fourth. Last one. Splish splash. Okay. Forgot that there was a river. Is it the top of the water tower? Where is the water tower? Oh, is it? Oh. Ring around the rosy. Fractal matrix complete. Time defrag subroutine aborted. Restoring standard functions. Done. I'm back online and I see you've done your part, Detective. We're almost there. We have just one last step to restore reality as it should be. Use your handy CFE analyzer to restore this moment in time. That's me. Fa. Re. Si. Do. Fa. Okay. Fa. Sol. Re. No. Re. Fa. So. Re. So. Fa. The proper flow of time. It's music to my metaphorical ears. Have you ever considered a career as musician detective? Not that you aren't excellent at your job, but you certainly have a talent for musical notes. Just kidding, but my congratulations on another job well done or more than real. I should be more than satisfied with the resolution of this case. No, I should be more satisfied with the resolution of this case. Ultimately, we prevented Avatar from damaging the true timeline and at the same time saved the life of a poor nobody in a world too big and complicated for her. Yet I can't suppress an insistent sense of irritation, almost of anger, a feeling I am not entirely used to. Despite our best efforts, we still don't have enough data to confront Avatar and put an end to their subterfuge, but it's only a matter of time, and that's not just a saying. Well, enough with my lamentations. The Lost Age still needs our intervention, and I'm not surprised, as we've seen it's a pivotal moment in time, so it must be preserved, sand and all. Are you ready, detective? We have to be vigilant, and my scans are sensing a disturbance in the time flow. Let's hurry and see what's wrong in the shadow of the pyramid. According to my reading, something is disturbing lavish daily life in the court of Pharaoh Sebekhem III. Interesting. Danger among luxury and nobility, my favorite flavor of misbehavior. Okay, before I continue this, I will be right back. I'm going to go and grab something to eat real quick. Well, a snack. I've already eaten dinner. Alright, I am back, and I have a cat that has been slightly tormenting me the entire time I was trying to get my snack. So... the shadow of the pyramid. No, in the actual... Oh. Oof. There. Rakaka, the royal taster, is on the ground. He appears to have been poisoned. Well, I'd mark that as an occupational hazard. It looks like someone tried to get to the pharaoh and spice up his food a little. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And as we've seen in the past cases, the pharaoh is looking for the culprit among those closest to him. He is accusing his wife, Queen Chion, and having her arrested. But lo and behold, there's no trace of this familial drama in the chronicles. We should give the fruit a closer look. I'm sure more clues await us. Universal biochemical analysis subroutine loaded successfully. The plot thickens. Not surprisingly, the fruit was spiked with the rarest poison. A poison that isn't officially available in the city's markets. Only someone with sketchy contacts would have access to it. Sadly, this means we can't trace the mischievous seller right now. It's almost a dead end, a dying end, a severely injured ending. Not dead yet, though. We can run some investigations on the Queen, follow her so that we can understand why she was so promptly accused. Is that not the Queen? Who is that? Sprite, can I help you, buddy? I gave you food. I did. I gave you food. There she is. Okay. Okay, so she disguised herself, but where was she headed? Oh. Taster. Okay, so if they were there... Now where did she go? Still with Rakaka. Okay, well, yeah, figured that one, but... really not a good clue. Oh, there we go. Okay. She's in the Oasis again with Rakaka. The two seem to be pretty close. They're not arguing or even bickering. Actually, they definitely seem like they're playing amicably. Their relationship looks wholesome, and this wouldn't support the role of Chion as the murder of her friend, not even as collateral damage. There's more. Something is wrong. I feel a strange interference in the time flow. Good. I guess this is the path to the resolution. Let's try to track it. Energy analysis subroutine loaded correctly. Aha! As I suspected, once more Chimera is messing with the true timeline. A recurring foe. She's trying to prevent us from carrying out our task. What is she up to this time? That's the Pharaoh. He's emerging from an Earthgate that... Oh, that wasn't there before. That is not supposed to be there either. It's Chimera's doing. She manipulated reality in order to add that gate. Is it just me, or did Chimera trick the Pharaoh into using a non-existent gate just to take him to the Oasis and show him his wife playing with her friend, the Royal Taster? Malicious intent, that's what it is. But if we want more details, we have to keep following the Pharaoh to find out what lies under the surface. Okay, if he came out there. There's the wife. There's the taster. Where did he go? Pharaoh's in the throne. Okay, so he's inside again. For crying out loud, I really don't like the furious look on the Pharaoh's face. It doesn't bode well at all. And if there's something I've learned about your kind, detective, it's that very little things can trigger such a vehement reaction as the fabled green-eyed monster called jealousy. But wait, there's more. There's always more. The Pharaoh is giving a package to one of his most trusted servants. What is it? And why the secrecy? Don't let her take us. We only want what your kind has. And you're good, aren't you? You would never harm us. Let's find the servant and see what's inside the package. There. The fruit. This is a twist, but not an entirely unexpected one. For me, it isn't. In the package, it is the accursed fruit. The Pharaoh gave it to his trusted servant. Is the fruit already poisoned? If so, we have our culprit, a crown-wearing, blue-blooded culprit. Is it just a fruit? We'll have to investigate the servant's motives. There's only one way to find out. It's analysis time. Universal biochemical analysis subroutine loaded successfully. Oh, pity. The fruit is still just a fruit. It's safe to eat. This means the pharaoh might not be at fault. I kind of wished we had a case of palace intrigue. Come on, let's follow the servant. I bet this will let us find more information as to when the poison came into play. I sense the honesty in you. At least, I think that's what it is. You mean no harm. So why help her? That's worrisome. Ah, gotcha. The servant is in the street, and clearly he's buying something from a shady merchant. The pharaoh must have instructed him to buy the poison in secret and then use it to tamper with the fruit. This means the pharaoh is technically behind the poisoning. We can't have the pharaoh arrested. He's the one who controls the militia. He's above the law in this era. I've got it. We try to stop the taster before he bites into the non-metaphorical poisoned apple, fruit, or whatever. Okay, where has he ended up? Because they were here, and then he was here. That was 4 or 5. There he is. Here, he's on the street. But there isn't much we can do in this circumstance. Maybe we can find a reason to have him arrested. Let's check his records. Database match subroutine loaded successfully. Of course, Ra-Kaka's real name is Ra-Hakamak. He's Queen Xion's brother. Why is she concealing his true identity? Such a heart-wrenching tragedy stems from a simple misunderstanding. The pharaoh is about to have an in-law poisoned out of misplaced jealousy. For the record, detective, I don't think jealousy is a valid motive for a crime in general. But in this case, there's nothing to be jealous of. If only organisms were more rational, how many crimes we could avoid. I have an idea. Ra Hakamak will soon leave to go to work. To reach the palace, he'll travel through an earth gate. If we find out which earth gate, we can hack it and get him through the temple gate, the one you can only use if you're of royal blood. Thus, he'll be forced to reveal his actual legacy, saving him from the terrible fate he's not supposed to meet. There. Have a good dinner, Yaki. Found him. We've discovered which gate he intends to use, and now we can hack it. If Ra Hakamak exits through the earth gate by the temple, even the last bystander will see he's of royal lineage. Come on, let's give the citizens something to gossip about, and incidentally save a life. Temporal Link subroutine loaded successfully. Done. Now we have to see if our plan worked. And there, it worked. I'll never get tired of the pleasure linked to solving a case. Poor Ra Hakama truly wanted to play his part in defending the pharaoh's life, but have you seen him? So soft and delicate, he wouldn't make a very strong guard. Tasting his food and ensuring that it wasn't poisoned was his way of being some sort of hero, and he didn't want his social status to interfere with his dream. See? The queen must have talked to the pharaoh. Not only did the poisoning not take place, but Ra Hakamak is dressed in fine robes as the noble he is. His status got the proper recognition and everyone lived happily ever after. What? You think the royal couple might still need counseling to improve their communication? While I agree, I'm afraid it's not our place to meddle in a quarrel between a husband and his wife. Let's just be glad that we've done our part again. Yet another excellent job, detective. One wouldn't believe you're quite new to this let's save the true timeline affair. It's almost as if you were born to do this. Congratulations. Another hit for us. As usual, it's a multifaceted medal. We should pin it to our metaphorical chests. We saved a life, an innocent woman, and a marriage. And this time, we even managed to stabilize the entire Lost Age, so there's one less thing to worry about. If only we could sit back and bask in our success. Stay with me, because more instability is on its way. We're not done yet. We have an opportunity to address Chimera. Be careful, detective. Knowing her, I wouldn't want her to try to deceive you. Draw your weapons, Detective, for a new battle awaits us. One more step to increase my power to preserve the true timeline. Here we go, Detective. The data I've collected indicates that this is the confluence point where Chimera has hidden her vessels. Be careful, though. Although Rage had a tendency to show his teeth, Chimera is more powerful than he was. She won't stop at anything to defeat us. I performed a thorough scan of the surrounding environment. Chimera encapsulated fragments of her source code in 4 vessels. Remember when I told you about how the sacred stones of Atlantis provided the energy needed to create the subroutines we call rogue AIs? Chimera is linked to the sacred stone of reality. She's concrete, practical. I suspect that she's chosen objects that represent the 4 elements of her code. My sensors suggest that the first vessel we're looking for has the appearance of a container full of water. Let's hurry and find it, Detective. Container full of water. A water pitcher. It's not inside a building. There. One found, 3 more to go. I can already feel Chimera's defenses faltering. We found water, so what is left? Of course, air. Not an easy concept to represent. Something that can contain it, that can fly light. A balloon, of course. A balloon. A vessel is near a fish barrel. Good job, detective. We're halfway through the work. Soon Chimera will be accessible to me, and then we can confront and defeat her. Let's get on with the search for the third vessel. Water, air, fire. Few things in your world convey the concept of danger as well. And what we're facing is certainly no small danger. Come on, detective, look around. The third vessel can't be far away. Is there like a candle, potentially? Because we had water, balloon. Item to do with fire. It's not a candle? Okay. Vessel. Okay, it is a candle, but it wasn't the candles I was looking at, apparently. Excellent. 3 out of 4 vessels are gone, and Chimera's security net isn't so tight anymore. Onward, my friend. We're almost there. Now only 1 vessel is missing, and Chimera will be vulnerable. And what's left but Earth? Detective, check your surroundings. There must be something solid that represents the concept of the one remaining element. No. It's inside of a mansion. This mansion? Oh, that mansion. Okay. We found every last bit of Chimera's source code. She tried to hide it, but she stood no chance against us. All of her vessels belong to us. I'm ready, and so are you. I sense a trace of disquiet in you, Detective, and you have good reason to be nervous. We're on the threshold of a momentous battle. Take a deep breath and sharpen your weapons. We're about to defeat Chimera. No. Fire. Earth? No. Water? You're here. With her. I didn't expect this. You weren't supposed to come this far. It's the moment of truth. The final step that will bring us face to face with Chimera. Now that she's knocked out, we can strike, confident that she'll never return to harm our mission. I can almost feel what her skills will taste like once they're mine. Let's talk about it. You don't have to do this. I'm not your enemy, despite what she keeps telling you. You should know that violence isn't always the answer. How can you be so blind to the truth? I'm not the real enemy. Look at who you're carrying around with you. Are you so sure of her motives and her sincerity? Can you say that you really know her to the point of trusting everything she tells you? No. I will do whatever you want. Just ask me and I'll accommodate you. She doesn't do this, right? She leaves you no choice, just like she doesn't leave me, us, any. Please, I don't want to disappear. I don't want to be assimilated. She's gone. I have her. She's part of me and not a problem anymore. I don't know, Charlie. I don't think so. I don't know if I'm doing right or wrong at this point. This one and Eve say we're doing right. But the other 5 AI make it seem like they've got a hidden agenda. I don't know. I took advantage of a moment of lag to sneak in under Eve's radar. We have a few seconds. Look for the first data set. For your convenience, I made it look like a key. How? I can't explain it to you now, but just look it up, okay? Fair. Like devouring 2 AI. That's it. Good job. We're not done yet, but we need to stop for now before Eve gets suspicious. Detective, you're here. I was afraid I'd lost you. But we're good, and I'd like to think we're sharing the same brand of excitement now, because we won. Chimera won't trouble us anymore. I never get tired of the thrill that comes from a great victory. It really was great, too. We defeated Chimera outright. I feel elated. It's more than simply satisfaction. It's almost as if a piece of a puzzle we aren't yet aware of has fallen into place. I hope you feel the same way, Detective, because you deserve it. But, wait. My sensors are all over the place. Atlantis and its timeline haven't been stabilized yet, and something is on its way to cause trouble. It's always a delight to return to the magnificence of Atlantis. It isn't for fun, though. Time tourism isn't a thing, so let's enjoy our chance to visit the halls of this lost civilization while we fight to preserve its integrity. My scanners read the interface of legacy in a crime that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. So Atlantis is sitting at 50%. The Lost Age is done. Steam Age is 62%. Information Age is done. 33 for the Aeon Age. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm fairly certain we'll probably have this finished tomorrow. But I need to work on a recording before I procrastinate further. So, thank you guys for dropping by. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope we really do get to finish the story tomorrow. Because one, I want to see what the ending is. Two, I have other things that I want to move on to, and that I need to get this game wrapped up. But thank you guys for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.